Welcome YouTube. I leveled up some garbage. We maxed out that guy, and we equipped this guy with all the items that he used to have. That was it. Let's see what Brunom says about the Bowser card, other than it's good. Wait a minute. Let's go. This one's apparently a really long prologue, but as expected. The blue bars are stuff. At the start of the game, you choose 3 favorite series, and then those things you can upgrade above their preset normal limit, and that's what the blue bars are. And when you fill them in, they're red. So I think the only person who's actually got anything in the blue bars is Galgaigar. It's got 1 point in the armor. Like, the favourite series doesn't really matter in your first playthrough, because you'll probably not have the money to spend in it, because it's like 20k an upgrade for even just energy or whatever. But, okay, here we are at the Federation. Their missile fighters head for the Zaftboa's asteroid base. The forward defense have already been destroyed under the power of what's assumed to be nuclear missiles. The base commander is mad as hell about naturals for breaking their promise not to use the neutron jammer counselor to attack them. Regardless, incoming, and the artillery can't do it. The missiles hit them and annihilate the Zaft troops, and the commander tells his troops to stand their ground, because if this base falls, only Jachindu will be left to impede the march of the Federation forces reaching plant. One trooper says that the missiles aren't nuclear warheads, they're fermion-emitting antimatter munitions. And he's like, what? They shouldn't have the technology to build that! But that doesn't really help, as the base is fucking blown up because of it. You shouldn't have that! Oh, but they do anyway. At Orbit Base, Tiger requests Regulate to provide as much information about the database as possible, and she's more than happy to oblige. She says that they and their autonomous recording plant are relics from the 5th planet of the 13th system in the Omega Cluster, products of the primordial culture known as Ace. Humor is like, wow, this 5th planet must have been destroyed, right? And Akane is like, damn, this dude seems so relaxed when speaking with Regulate. Maybe that's good. And then Shomi's like, yeah, it's probably because she says something to our mother, who was known to be a big friend of Tiger and Humor. Either way, she confirms that the planet was destroyed and it shared the same fate as the previous universe. She elaborates, says that the 3 founding cultures of the galaxy, S, Leo and Ancient Solar, actually used time-space travel to come here from another space-time, part of the grand cycle of death and rebirth of the universe itself. Damn. Oh, we've seen that shit before. Hmm? Literally every single Super Robot Wars game ever? Weird. Nolan Yumi are like, oh, that's some fucking horse shit, right? And Inez says, nah, no, I lived in their society, and no, it's right. And Horace is like, in my studies, yep, no, it's true, you can do that. And Akane is like, I don't get it. And Horace says, only one way to explain it. 3, 2, 1. Natsu nani no desu ka? How am I? And Dro is like, I love this shit. I love it so much. Oh my god, this is my favourite show. But Inez is gonna explain. Today's topic is the universe's cycle of death and rebirth. She explains that one of the 3 founding cultures once dwelt in this star system, leaving behind the ruins on Mars and various other artifacts. Their fingerprint can be seen in the advanced technology of the Mycenae, which was probably based on them. Padgov is like, what the heck? In the Desco, when they have to explain the various science things going on, they do this. Normally, the Natsunani the Desco normally has Bunny Eureka and Big Sister Ruri. But we've got Professor Frisange here today. But yeah, the Mycenae probably got it. It's like, yep, and all these relics lead to one concept, the cycle of death and rebirth in the universe. The founding cultures dodged the moment of cosmic demolition using time travel, bringing such artifacts as Voltron and Garlean along for the ride. But of course, not everything made it. They obviously couldn't transport something as big as planets, which explains the end of the trinary solar system. She goes on, says that the current universe is similar to the previous one, but certain details like the location of stars have changed, and that explains why this universe's Altea saw no traces of the trinary system's culture, despite the 2 sharing a common ancestor. But what about the fact that Voltron has been on Altea for eons? And that Mamoru and Kaido were born like 10 years ago? How could they be from such ancient cultures and still be in one piece, considering that nearly everything else is long gone? It's like, for that we have a special guest, Regulate! And she doesn't even have to stand in front of the backdrop to explain. She says that the S, like us, were aware of the death and rebirth business, and furthermore, figured out that the death part was real close. So they built the database as a means of carrying their knowledge forward into the next universe. The vessel and the memories of the S it contained were borne away by the dimensional storm on the final day of the previous universe. The Leo culture and the Solar culture's time capsules must have also had the same thing, and each one containing their relics. Jay figures that the Zondar and the Soul Lords must have been carried by the same thing, but that doesn't explain why the Soul Lords only waited until now to start the regeneration. Why not before? And Regulate says that probably just coincident that the relics of all 3 cultures have met in this particular universe, but their arrival times were radically different. The database have been here for about 10 millennia, the Solar culture, 3. The Leo culture made it to Altea 4,400 years ago, but the survivors of the trinary system, the Soul Lords Zonda and Mamoru, only made it here 10 years ago. And that was when the Soul Lords first ran into the database. Jay is like, so my memories of battling the Zondar are from the previous universe? Damn, fucked up. The one that Kazuma wants to ask, though, is, applicant said this. He said, how the heck could it be that Bless is actually the one who made the database if they're from the previous universe and he's from this one, right? What's the deal? Regulate says, for that I needed the assistance of Carrot. And he's like, hey! And she unlocks a section of his memory and he goes, yes, master! And a holographic projection of Blessfield Ardigan. Please, everyone, you must save us. He says he's sending this message sealed within the Valstalk to the next universe. He believes the Valstalk should reach his birth planet Mars and make its way to his father, should things go as he planned. He explains that on the 14th of February, on the space calendar year 100, right as his ship was getting destroyed by inference, he boson jumped. Thanks to the tulip crystal, he kept as a memento of the cargo that led him to his wife. This terrifying burst of luck saved his life back then, tossing him fully 15 billion years into the past, straight into the previous universe. With only a few decades left till the big crunch, he was rescued by the kind but despairing residents. And he shared with them the trailer maxim, memories are hard to exchange for anything, so they make you money. And that inspired them to build the database to preserve the entire knowledge of their culture for the next universe. He created the 3 personalities which control the recording plant. The first is the recorder and leader, scribe of knowledge and information. One is critic, who passes judgment on the recorder's acts, and one is the regulator, designed to harmonise recorder's edicts. He specifically granted regulate with the thought patterns of his wife, and Kazuma was like, what the fuck? That's real messed up. He's like, he created a copy of their mother, and then she sent her into deep space, and Tiger was like, that bless, he always was a romantic. Classic. And to look after the 3 of them on their journey of knowledge, he copied himself in his entirety to create Applicant. He did this knowing full well the database would become the enemy of other cultures in his own universe, but what he doesn't know is what triggered it. So as a little insurance, he borrowed more of the 5th planet's technology to make a counter for use in the event that something did go wrong, and he knew it would, and that would be the Valstalk, which explains why it wasn't like anything we've ever seen before. And then Horace is like, oh, so Bless was able to build the ship because he had foreknowledge of it, because he'd already sent it into the future to himself. And then Inez goes, and that's what we like to call a time paradox. Anyway, he couldn't bring himself to tell the 5th planet's inhabitants of the trouble brewing at the time he was thrown. The last thing they needed after finding such a small glimmer of hope was renewed cause for despair. So he kept its true purpose secret, and under cover of discarding it, sent it towards the solar system, to the place where he knew his dad would find it. He even built in the ability for the Valstalk to join up with the Arm Marcus and the Arm Storer to assume its true form, which was to happen if 2 of the personalities controlling the database were to ever break down. That we're hearing this means worst case scenarios happened, and he tells whoever's listening to this recording that he prays from the distant past for their success in stopping the database. They should, and should they meet any member of the Ardigan clan, he asks them to remind that person of the terror of space, the weaknesses of the individual, and the importance of life. So Kazuma and his sisters have a hard time wrapping their heads around this. It seems pretty impossible. His predictions came true though, as Regulate describes the time around 3,862 years ago, when Recorder renamed himself Inference, and altered the purpose of the recording plant, and from that moment forward it switched to a destructive recording process. But until now the database has never even had to fire a shot. Something or other has always eliminated the objects of their recordings for them. Yeah, there's Kane Blue River did on GameFAQs did second OGs, and also on Shrine Maiden, a guy called Dark Slime Z or whatever, he did one. They're what I use when I've done second OGs. You could also check my YouTube. Good plug, smooth. But I mean, you'd then have to watch like fucking 9 hours of stupid shit instead of just reading it. Tessa explains that this odd change in purpose, not as programming error, but a human failing. It wants to monopolise whatever your specialty is. If knowledge is your specialty, it would be human to desire being the only one to have it. And that's what Inference and Critics' plan was. And 3,519 years ago, they even tangled with Voltron, which led to Ryman's warning about the scribe's knowledge. And 3,000 years ago, they even visited Mars and Earth to record the data on the ancient solar culture's arrival. And the Mycenae bear memories of that encounter with the memories from beyond, but the database found all living traces of the ancient culture utterly destroyed by the time they arrived. And what ruins remained were protected by shields of immense power. Even the database were unable to penetrate these defences and withdrew from the solar system for a time. Their return was prompted by the rise of a new solar culture, that's us, and the intended end is the destruction of everything in the system after they collect the data. Luckily, Bless sent us the means to stop the database. So Horace, more than ever, is overcome by admiration for this man he first met years ago during his black technology thing with Oz. Originally he infiltrated Bless's tiny band of trailers to study the tech, and Horace was asked about his affiliation around the time of Oz's dismantling by none other than the big man himself. He said he'd done nothing to harm the perceptive captain, but it wasn't a pleasant feeling revealing that a spy was on the crew. But rather than kick him out, Bless said, "Why don't you stay?" And he did, and maybe out of habit, he continued gathering information on black technology. Casimir was like, "So why the fuck didn't you ever tell us?" He said, "I tried to tell Akane once when we were doing the junk gathering at Heliopolis." And she's like, oh, He's like, and it's like, yeah, she thought I was going to propose to her, and she's like, stupid Horace for letting me make an idiot out of myself. But that's when he's like, there's no one to get in the way. So he's like, hold on, wait, if you're going to say it, then I got to prepare my heart, please. And then Kazuma was there. But she's blushing, and he's like, hey, that's got to wait until the war's over. You fucking jerk, you made me think that I thought he was going to propose. He's like, yeah, he wasn't. Fucking Horace, fuck you. Ah. This man was like, yeah, Horace, whatever excuse you've got, we all know what you wanted to say. Yeah, exactly, right? And here's Arya. Lady Regular, what should I do? That seems pretty clear to me. You're gonna fight with us. But applicant's my papa. Kazuma, Arya was based off the memories applicant had of you. In her memories, it was only natural that she would think of him as her father. That guy isn't Arya's father. Stupid Kazuma. And he's certainly not our dad. He's just some huge idiot that forgot his mission. However, applicant inherited all that Blissful Dardigon was. He's the copy of your father. No, his existence should be called a second coming of the man. That's still wrong. Our dad is a man who knew about the importance of life. This dad destroyed civilizations and hurt other people. Stupid Kazuma. Listen, Arya, even if some people aren't related by blood, it doesn't mean they aren't father and child. Our case is the opposite. That other man is not our dad. But he's the only family I have. In that case, I'll be your big brother. Are you really that stupid? If that guy's my dad and your dad at the same time, then we're brothers and sisters. Wait, what are you smirking about? No, are you sure you're Anakin material? Are you sure you're big bro material? Yeah, Mihiro may be younger, but she's already much more reliable. In this case, shouldn't you actually be her younger brother? I think she'd agree if it's like that. Wouldn't she already agree if Mihiro just called her sister? Come on, this was supposed to be my time to shine. You just seem to be trying too hard not to be yourself. Yeah, you should just be you. Shut up! I'm always cool like this. Stupid. Anyway, Arya, starting today, you're part of our family. Welcome. Welcome, Arya. No, wait, sister. Mihiro, you called me sister? Yeah, we're family after all. We are, we totally are. You're all my family. Well then, it'd be nice if you called me big brother. Stupid Kazuma, you're not even older than me. Oh, I've had it up to here with that stupid of yours. Please stop fighting, you two. Anyway, as for the Valstalk, it's still busted from the fighting of Jupiter. It won't be suitable for independent use. But luckily, the combined Valsa card works just fine. Especially with Regulate and Carrot managing it. So Kazuma's pumped to put it to work and asks what's the next target. Radom, Eviluders, what's the deal? Fucking that guy. That fucking... You can call me older brother. Actually, I'm like 1,000 years old, minimum. No. Tiger says, yeah, the Radom are an immediate target. Their trees are only a week away from blossoming. There's no way for Mike and his disc to wipe out all the trees. We've got to do an assault on the master system on the moon. And the one controlling it, Decaman Omega. Freeman points out that luckily for us, Decaman Omega has just surfaced the mothership on the lunar surface. So destroying it looks hard, but, you know, you can probably do it. Waltfeld walks in the room and says, there's a weapon that can do the job. Antimatter warheads, the ace up the Federation's army sleeve that they've just used to destroy Saf's Boas asteroid. They held this card, explains why they didn't protest Rosie's New Year speech, and renders the mesh with the neutron jammer cancellers mute. Liger and Balzac don't understand how they could have made such a massive leap this quick, but Tessa's like, I know of someone who could do that. Fuck. Waltfeld supposes that the army will probably turn those Fermion missiles on the Radom ship, but not until after they've annihilated Plant. Or if they annihilate Plant. Ooh. Turns out Zaft have a decisive weapon of their own, which one of Waltfield's subordinates, DaCosta, confirmed on a suicide mission. The weapon, an immense gamma-ray laser, codenamed Genesis, is capable of incinerating not just the Federation fleet, but the entire surface of the Earth itself. And Lakers says that both sides of this insane conflict have got to be stopped. And with its repairs complete, we've got the Eternal, and it's got the Desert Tiger at the controls. We're going to split our forces in two, one to the moon and one half to Plant. The ones on the moon destroy the Radom mothership, while the other one's got to halt the fight between the Plant and the Earth. At worst, we might need to like we might have to figure out how to do, like, stop the missiles and the laser. Ugh. But Tiger gives Kazuma the option, and I mean, Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, so one is Nadesco, Organ, Tekkaman Blade, Full Metal Panic, Galgaigar. The other is Seed Wing, Astray, Shingera, Mazinkaiser, Goleon. And you know what? I was going to do that one because I thought Galgaigar wasn't still the cool people, but this one's got Galgaigar. And this one's got the other cool people. But on this route, we get Tekkaman Rapier. And on this route, we have the chance to get Canard and the Hyperion, Ed and the Sword Calamity. We can't get Isaac and the Jewel. And we'll get the Red Strike, which is low, gets a new move. So, what do we want? What do we want? Do we want... like, we're not going to use Rapier, and we're not going to use the other Gundam fillers, but Low will probably use his Red Strike. Yeah, spammy did it. It was me! That's second energies. That was me! These are the people who hooked Misaki chasing Shu through 2 games, and I still had to go to a wiki to find out why Misaki was mad at Shu. Listen, nobody fucking knows. Yeah, like, the moon or the plants. The moon or the plants. Like, I'm thinking the plants, because then we get the most weird dudes, and also the move. So, we'll just miss out on Guy for, like, 2 fucking stages. That's fine. That's fine. We're going to plant. So, Guy vows to his uncle to carry on his father's ideals and bravery. Renee tells Jay that she's along for the ride with him too, and he's like, wouldn't change it for the world. You're a true warrior, and your help will be needed against the Radam. Tessa tells Sasuke that she's heading back to Merida Island to help analysis on all the data we've got. She's not going to let Kanami's sacrifice for the Earth go unanswered, and neither Sasuke, and Tessa's prepared to forgive him for disobeying her order to save Chidori instead. In return, she gives him new orders, which take precedence over all else. Save Kaname at the next opportunity, and he's like, Roger. Kazuma's going to lead Arya to practice their maneuvers for the dispatch, but something weird happens. She thanks Kazuma. She's like, thanks, Kazuma. What? He's like, thanks. And then just runs off ahead. And Kazuma's like, damn. Was she like almost a cute little sister then for a second? And then Regulator's like, Kazuma, she's you. You can't do that, buddy. And also, she's a robot, I guess. He's like, I know that even without you giving me the mother act, jeez. And he shakes his head and he's like, dang it. My dad's the most underhanded, good-for-nothing dude in the universe. But I wouldn't have it any other way. And as the son of Hawkeye, he's gonna give this fight everything he's got, using the Valza card he gave us. But let's go. Here's Canard, and he's like, ugh, stealing a neutron jammer canceller. Fuck it, I'm doing it. Garcia calls him up. That was some creepy stuff, cause I know, right? He's bad. Garcia calls him up. He's like, what the hell? You grabbed your robot without permission. Now you're attacking the Federation base. And Canard's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just making my Hyperion stronger. Eat shit. And Garcia keeps hooting and hollering, saying, "Oh, this will make the Eurasian army lose." And Kanar's like, "I don't really give a shit. I'm not a Eurasian soldier anymore. I'm gonna fight for myself." And then internally he's like, "Oh, when I kill Kira and whoever's piloting the Dragoon using Gundam, ooh, victory will be mine. Ooh, and I'll prove that I should exist. Ooh, ooh, ooh." At the Jachindu, Patrick Zala is being stupid and he's turning down Rosie's overtures for peace talks. He's like, "No, this conflict was destined to spiral beyond control ever since it started." He says that the Federation's hand at the Bloody Valentine event, the development of the Cyclops at Alaska, and the Fermion missiles all indicative of how there's no possibility of peace. Neither naturals or coordinators are meant to coexist. And Rose admits that the development and use of the missiles were done outside of the Security Council's jurisdiction, and had she known beforehand, she would have tried to stop it. Regardless of that, though, she's like, "And I know about the Genesis thing you got, buddy." He's like, "Wait, you know?" Ooh. And he's like, "Whatever, Lakers must have told you." And then Rose reminds Patrick of how Siegel wanted to put an end to this purposeless conflict and tell him to open his eyes, and no one will be an actual winner if this happens. And Patrick's like, "I'm done. I'm done. The coordinators are the future of all mankind. The naturals have long since tried to oppress them, but no more. It's time for the old to be destroyed and for the coordinators to fulfill their destiny." But he's mad as hell that the Genesis existence has been leaked. But he's like, "It's too late for the Federation. They can't do anything. Once I've blown up the forces, next target's Earth." And Crusette says the gamma rays are projected to kill over 80% of life on Earth, which would more or less make the random trees moot, if not destroying them too. And he tells Patrick the Federation army is steadily advancing on their position after the fall of Boas. And Patrick's like, "I'll fire when the Feds are all in a group." And Crusette internally is like, "Yeah, they're about to meet a most cruel fate due to their lack of the neutron jammer canceller. It was this deficiency that led them to make an even stronger Fermion missiles, which in turn led the Plant Society to use Genesis. If they just got that one thing, whatever." But his one question is, how much stuff's going to get wrecked before it's all over? The Neo Wardens are heading for Jachindu to put an end to the Zaft Federation thing before it can start. The Federation flag should be the Black Archangel, or the Dominion, with Natal at the controls. None of our people want to fight her, especially her former shipmates, but sometimes you gotta do what you don't wanna. Kazma's deepest concern at the moment is for prayer, because he seems to be getting iller by the day. Beast Man says Kazma's robot clone system proves it would literally take 1,000 years for Kazuma to be bearable. I know, right? It's really fucked up how bad he is. Flare and Kazahana are trying to convince Prayer to stand down from the battle and get treatment at orbit, and he's like, "No! No! There's a man I gotta release from his hatred!" And that would be the mystery man who's out for Kira. And Prayer tells Flare and Kazahana that Kanard is similar to him, and he probably got lost while looking for his purpose in life. Elsewhere, Mu is telling Muru and the others about how Crusette is a clone of his father. But he's not complete, and his complex of his shortened telomeres might well destroy the world. And Kira's like, "That's really fucked up. No matter what evil was done to him, he's got no right to cause this destruction, though." And Athana's like, "Yep, we got to make sure to stop not only my dad, but also Crusette." And Guy Murakumo is like, "Yeah, I can relate a bit to his situation. Like, what are you fucking talking about, dude?" And like, you trying to justify it, and Guy just fucking walks away before answering. Quatra wonders about Guy, because he's like, he's not an ordinary coordinator, what's the deal with that? And then Elijah says, in a different sense to Kira, Guy's also a super coordinator. And then he's like, "Sorry for bringing that up, Kira." And Kira's like, "Don't worry, I'm over it." And then he's like, "Wow, I always had an inferiority complex regarding my own coordinator skills, because they're barely above a natural. That seems nothing next to what you had to do." But it does allow him to understand this sliver of what the Eurasian pilot must be feeling. Elijah's only where he is today through lots of hard work, and in some sense Guy Murakumo is also there, like, in that boat. But there's something hidden within that occasionally grants Guy's superhuman abilities. And Loe's like, "Yeah, I've been that firsthand, it fucking sucks. What is it that gives him such an edge?" Kazuma finds Guy working on his blue frame. He's like, hard working as ever. And he says, Valzakar is kind of too big for me to work on, so an automated maintenance droid from the arms store has been given a job. And then he's like, and then he says, hey, guy, are you bothered by fighting Plant? And the guy's like, nah, I'm a mercenary, that means being beholden to no country. And he tells Kazuma that while he is a coordinator, he wasn't born in Plant, but in a Federation lab as a test subject to create the first combat coordinators. He was conceived to help the Earth out in a battle with Plant, and was supposed to be mind controlled to keep him from ever siding with Plant, or from ever being able to harm a natural. The fruits of that project are the Socius series, though the ones that Sahaku spirited away were special, in that they had autonomy in how to fulfill their mission. In Guy's case, he fled the lab before the mind control was complete. The last thing he wants is anyone telling him what to do. He's mostly working with us because his current target is among our foes, and when he encounters that target, his real mission will begin. Aboard the Dominion, Azrael couldn't be happier with the Fermi missiles, which wiped out the formerly intractable Boa's base. He gloats about how his wonderful connections to black technology are good for all kinds of gadgets like that. And Natalia's like, maybe we shouldn't have set our troops in position to attack the Radom on the moon? And Azrael's like, nah, we'll just use Fermi missiles against the Radom after we take down the space monsters first. And Natal is like, but using such destructive weapons near lunar colonies, like, that's bad, right? And Azrael's like, such hazardous weapons are indispensable in the coming wars. If the colonies get damaged here and there, acceptable loss. He even says, and besides, it costs so much money to develop and build the weapons that there'd be no point in just leaving them for show, right? He says, hell, to not use these things would be a sign of weakness, so we'll use it and bring around the decisive end to those space monsters, Uchu Kaiju. But before he can finish his thing, uh-oh, it's us. It's like, oh, I guess they're coming to stop the fighting. And I was just like, I got something else for them to tangle with. He'll weaken them, and then I'll swoop in and in for the kill. Brilliant. And then Tar's like, ugh, how much lower will I and the Federation sink while serving this man's whims? And this is Scenario 50, the Spiral of Hatred and Fate. Yeah, that guy. That guy. Oh no, I need Kira, right? I need that guy. Oh, and I guess prayer is force launched. I guess he's a Voltron. I'll bring that guy, then I guess Voltron. Even though he sucks. Because he's better than these other idiots. Fuck it. Fuck it. This is the world we're living in now. Wu-Fei's coming. Horace is like, wow, we've arrived just ahead of the Federation troops. And Akane is like, wow, Regulate, your orbital calculations have let this happen, you're fucking crazy good. And Kazuma is like, we still got to keep our wits about us in case something goes bad. And then incoming. The first Federation forces enter the poorly equipped Eurasians. Durka is laughing at these guys like, wow, these guys think they can do something against us, they don't even have daggers. And then the Quattro is like, please Durka, our goal is diplomacy, not combat. Muro introduces herself and says we're here on behalf of the United Nations to stop this fight, and the Federation is currently involved in a peace negotiation with Plant, and their mindless attack puts the lives of billions of innocents at risk. And the Federation captain's like, yeah, whatever lady, I don't care. Rosie's misguided attempt to make peace with abominations are detrimental to the order and prosperity of the world. Farah is like, that's fucking crazy, dude. What reason could there be for insisting on killing your fellow man for simply being born? How can they say they're working towards order and prosperity by directly opposing peace? And then everyone's like, this is how bad things are right now, but no matter how these idiots justify their actions, we can't play a blind eye to their atrocities. So the Eurasian captain guy is like, troops, open fire! And Maru's like, well, gotta do it. So Regulate has the Valzakar's targeting systems set to avoid enemy cockpits. Arya asks why, since Arzakard could take them out in a single attack. And Kazuma says, as misguided as they are, they're still fellow humans, and we won't kill them if it's possible to avoid doing so. And she's like, oh, this is the importance of life thing. I get it. And Kazuma's like, good, glad to hear it. And then Elijah notices that Canard isn't around, and Prayer is like, well, where the heck could he be? Surely he hasn't been freed of his lust for battle that easily. And meanwhile, the Eurasian captain is like, oh, yes, let's elevate my country's reputation by beating these cool guys. And Balsam is saying, he's like, I'm better than Canard. I'm the ace of Artemis, even though he sucks. And Prayer's like, Canard is nearby. Okay, so reduce it below 50%, then him and Kira, and then Prayer shoot him down, and have Low convince Ed. Ed. And we'll go to Getter 2 because these are shitty guys, they're not big space ripped men like the last few grunts we've been fighting. Let's go. It's the Eternal. This is still alright, I guess. Is the guy's name really Canard? Like Duck? Yeah, and the other guy's Ed. Ed the Ripper, so it's Ed and the Duck. Drill Hurricane. Actually, it's Drill Tornado, I think. Yeah, it's Drill Tornado, he says. Hua! Got him. Need that guy to show up. Jeez. womp. Womp womp. Uh-oh, incoming! It's him! So Kennard shows up and he tells Balsam to stay out of his way, and Balsam's like, "Oh, how dare a traitor give me attitude? I'll take you down for your crimes." And Kennard's like, "You couldn't beat me before I had the neutron jammer canceller, dude. If you insist on being a nuisance, I'll kill you too, en route to Kira and the Dreadnought." So Prayer tries to talk him down, saying he doesn't want to fight, and Kennard's like, "Yeah, but I do want to fight. Winning today's the only way to prove that I deserve to exist." So he's going to surpass everyone and become the strongest. And then Prayer argues that your existence doesn't need to be proven with victory in combat, and Kennard's like, "I ain't here to talk, buddy. I got a purpose, and if you're not willing to fight back, I'll shoot you down." So we got to take him down below the 50%. And he's got to fight Kira, and then we've got to kill him with the other guy. So, let's give that a go then, shall we? It's what I like to call an exploratory shot. Find out what his deal is. I see. He's pretty tough. He's pretty tough. Imagine if Noin was in that, so she was good. Instead of this hell. Tell me to load shit. That's Kazuma, he's good, he's the most powerful unit in the game. You can solo the final stage with that guy. Don't even need to use any weird tricks or glitches, just walk him at the boss and win. It's fucked up, he's good. He's so tough. Ain't tough enough though, buddy. Okay, so that's him down to half, so now I've got to find his bullshit. Simone's tries to talk shit. Come on, what happens when you get Canard down, buddy? Oh, so Canard's like, damn, you guys are really strong. And Prayer is like, please, you're a super coordinator. Stop for the sake of all the hopes of humanity. And he's like, no, I'm a failed super coordinator, and I got no other way to use my talents other than battle. And he's super pissed that someone born with the power to control the Dragoon weapon system would try and give him life advice. And Prayer was like, I'm like you, made with my powers. And he says he's the clone of the rightful pilot of the Dragoon. He was made so the military would have that ability for their nefarious purposes. And then Mu is like, damn, he's just like Rao. He refuses to live his life as a weapon. And Canard is like, damn, I guess we are birds of a feather after all. One a failed super coordinator, the other a failed clone. And then Kira's like, damn, you're not a failure, dude. And he's like, shut up! Shut up! And then he says, your death sentence just got postponed until I'm finished with Prayer. And then he says, what's your name? Prayer Reverie. And he's like, there's only one thing to be done. We've got to use our powers and fight to the death. And then Prayer's like, you're wrong! You're wrong! And that's the hell we're in. Will get ripped potentially on this one. I found you, Kira Yamato. The success. Today's another chance to cross blades. Who says that I'm a success or you're a failure? Everyone around me. They all told me I wasn't worthy. But that doesn't mean anything. People's lives aren't just successes or failures. I need your platitudes. I'll defeat you in prayer and prove my worth. Hey Mike, just letting you know we're out of peanut butter. There's only one thing left. Use our powers and fight to the death. You got it. Against Kazuma, he's like, they'll have to respect me if I can destroy a mech that size. He's like, hey, the Valscar's not just a stop on your messed up quest. If you care so much, get out there. There's got to be something for you to do besides fighting. Fucking guy. Ah, the map attack. Ah, yes. Excellent. Money me up. XP me up. I'm not gonna hit. Yeah, good. I'm not gonna hit our good friend. Oh, okay. It's not. It's just. It's still the same grenade thing. Good. I was worried for a second that it was gonna be fucked up. What's best then? I think that one's best then. Oh, almost one-shot the battleships. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. So they had their little chat. I was worried for a second that he was going to be even grosser than I thought, but it turns out he was alright. Friggin' rocks in space? I fucking hate them. Balsam's been in the simulator somewhere, I guess. I know you from the Serpent's Tail mercenary team. You'll make a nice notch on my Hyperion's kill tally. Combat's no mere game when it's dangerous to approach you like one. You're about to learn that painfully well. And to be fair, he's about to get fucking shot by a big laser. Feel the might of the Ace of Artemis. Ace of Artemis, huh? Well, I'm the Burning Junk Man, and I'm gonna win. And to be fair, he's gonna win. Give me the money. And the XP. I love it. I love to level up. Smashed him, he sucks and he's fucking dead. He's like, how could I, the Ace of Artemis, be defeated? He blows up and Kanada's like, well, that dude fucking was garbage. Combat simulator experience counts for nothing on the real battlefield. Anyone who doesn't understand that has no right to even enter the battlefield. It's like, wow, dude, chill the fuck out, maybe? And now we play the chip this dude down a little bit before Prayer comes in and wrecks his shit game. Yep. 0 damage. Zero damage. But now he doesn't have enough energy to do his shield, so you know, I think Prez got this one. Yeah, he's feeling spicy. Come on, buddy. Hero says to Canard, you're a pitiful man. What? You can't live if you don't have someone to acknowledge your worth? What the hell do you know? What do you know about living when your existence is completely denied? You're denying yourself. Once you realise that, your thirst will not be sated. Lowe says, give it up already. You got nothing to gain by defeating Kira or Prayer. That's not for you to decide. I've got to defeat them and make everyone see my worth. You don't have to care what anyone else thinks. You're the only one that matters. Tetsuya, you think your strength can be used for battle. How can you fight with such childish ideas? You're also denying me? Yeah, I'll say it as many times as I have. To live is to fight. If you don't understand that, there's no way I'll lose to you. Let me show you. And he bop him. Koji, cut it out. Why are we fighting for such a stupid reason? Stupid reason? Yeah, I won't acknowledge you even if you defeated Prayer and Kira. You need to understand this is a terrible way to prove yourself. Guy Murakumo, another one just like me. What does that mean? Here's a piece of advice. If you can stand being put in someone else's box, just get out. If you care what they think of you, you might as well shove your tail between your legs. Damn you, I'm not a dick. Ryoma is all that talk about friends and camaraderie. I'm not going to lose to people like you. And then Ryoma's like, your loneliness is something you invited. Open your eyes. Don't yield to those who denied you. That's all I can say. who cares what Voltron Man says, he sucks. Okay, in his prayer, why are you still fighting? I thought you said that you gave up your life as a weapon. I'm fighting for what I believe in, and I'd fight with or without this power. What you believe in? Canard, it's not too late. You can still find something. No, I can't turn back now. Defeating you and Kira Yamado is the only thing I have left. To be fair, he's not a dog, he's a duck. It's not a duck, it's not a dick, it's a duck. And he's not a dog, it's a duck. Bring! Bonk! Bleh. 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 Got him. Mazin power. It's over. If I'm defeated, my life has no meaning. The purpose in neither of our lives is to fight. No one lives to fulfill a predetermined purpose. It's your job to decide how to use your ability. No one can escape their destiny. I thought you'd understand that, but you're just a peace-loving brat. We're not the only ones suffering from a destiny of battle. I've been with the Neo Wardens for a short time, but I knew it. Prayer, you... And I understood. The peace and compassion that you deny, they've helped me survive until now. The compassion of others? Bullshit! You just haven't realised it yet. Many people feel compassion for you. But what do I have left now? I'm finished. That's not true if you understand the feelings of others. I'm trying to show you this throughout the battle. I'm not alone, and neither are you. We're all connected to one another by our compassion. But I... And off he goes. Wait up! No need to go after him, Kazuma. But, whoa. It's alright, Kazuma. I'm sure he understood. Unfortunately, incoming. It's the Dominion and the main Federation forces. Azrael is like, oh, I guess the Vanguard soldiers on the scene did alright for Eurasians. And the Tal orders all the survivors gathered to the flagship. Muru repeats her request for hostilities to cease and for humanity to cease, for humanity to unite against common threats. But Azrael is like, nah! And the Tal is like, Muru's got a point in the fighting plant when the Radam are posing such an immediate threat to Earth can't be the best course of action for mankind. And Azrael's like, it doesn't matter what we fight, Radam, Evoluders, Coordinators, they're all space monsters that need to be exterminated. And he orders the Tal to blow a hole through our people so Corbett's missile ships can come through. Just then, beep boop beep boop, Carrot detects an energy signature coming from plant. And Regulate says it's a rapid increase in gamma radiation. And George yells, yo, everyone move! The Genesis is firing on us! We dodged it, but the Federation army are fucked. We're like, holy shit, that thing's crazy, and the Tal reports that nearly 70% of the vessels have been shot down. As we're like, this proves it's kill or be killed! And he orders all troops to move forward and to continue until they have a path to fire the missiles. And then the Tal reluctantly gives the order to deploy the reserve troops in advance. And Muru's like, ugh, guess we're gonna have to fight after all. From Vopfeld's info, the professor says that Genesis isn't designed for rapid fire, so we're safe for now. Tetsuya and Kigali wonder what's our next step though. Stop the Federation's advance or head straight to Genesis? Going for Genesis means they don't get time to charge another shot. But if you leave the Federation here, Durka says they'll trigger another bloody Valentine with the Fermion missiles. Muru settles for trying to hold the Feds here, lest they get close enough to launch the missiles, and her orders to eliminate the enemy army before Genesis can fire again, and then get over there and stop it. And it's a tough job, but we've done tougher. Judging from the distance, the charge time of Genesis, and the expected enemy resistance, Regulate estimates we must defeat the enemy in 5 minutes or turns. The best way is to neutralize the Dominion. Bam, 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 bam. 5 minutes? 5 minutes? Where's Ed? Where's fucking Ed? I need Ed. There's Ed. Oh, he's right in the middle. Ooh. Ooh. I know he's got to talk to him. That sucks. Load that guy. That's good enough. Okay, so he's got to talk to Eddie boy. Ed the Ripper. What a guy. Four minutes left. Yeah, alright, fucking carrot. Chill the fuck out. Christ. Got problems. Nah, let's get stuck in. Fuck it. So that guaranteed crit. Her wall, which now only costs 22 because of all the things you've given her, is do it after moving. Let's go again. Why the fuck not? The zero system. Seed. Two, three, four, five. 5. I think 5's the best we can get. Yeah, 5's the best we can get. On this idiot over there then. He's gotta talk to Ed. What's this happening on the skip? This bullshit is. Wow, 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 wow. I'm Quatra. Check it out. I'm coming. Shiroku beam. Inside the guy. Oh, it's the dude. He's already in there. He's already in there. Oh, fucking Trower. Fucking Parpin. Sure, you can shoot a big gun at these guys. Ah! You came out here just so I could smash you? Then I'll make sure not to leave a speck. I'll obliterate you. I'll annihilate you. I'll mutilate you. It's like, buddy, you don't do shit. They're awful. Three goddamn druggies. Awful. No, it's a sword. Ah! It's curtains for your whole dumb army. You ready? I'll blast you till there's nothing left to blast. Alright, buddy. I don't think you're actually gonna do shit. Orig. Ah! I hate you all. I hate you so much. I mean, sure thing, buddy. Whatever you say. Literally invincible. Three fucking things left. I'll look up what Buddy Boy said in a second. Ed the Ripper, I didn't know you were still a soldier. Say what you want, I have my reasons. Reasons? I'd love to hear what reason you've come up to justify all this. You're gonna be part of something you'll regret. You're right, I've got to draw a line somewhere, even if it means deserting under fire. Come on, Federation, I hereby resign from the army. Ed, you've come to your senses. I always knew you were the coolest. Yep, I'm all yours, Neo-Wardens. Roger, I'm looking forward to a demonstration of Ed the Ripper's skills. So, there you go, who knows what the guy said to us, because he's our friend now. It's all melee except for the big chest laser, which is really fucking good. I don't want to shoot my friends, but seeing as I'll miss them, I also miss that guy, so that's piss. Actually, they both only have, they've got the move on, right? Yeah, they both got only take 10 damage on, so they're pretty fucking set. Oh, not that guy though. This guy will get fucking murdered and die. Get in a boat, buddy. bum 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 bum. Not bad as such. Machine power. I'm fucking dead, or whatever it is he fucking says. Let's find it. Let's find what he talks about. What pile of shit. Gah! I blast you all away. Another one. His mind was made for battle and nothing else. Dang it! Humans aren't supposed to be weapons. And you know what? He's right. Shin, shine, spark. Gah! Ow! He was being given some sort of performance-enhancing chemicals, and we could have ended up in the same place. Makes you think. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Majin power. Do 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 do. Let's go, George. Hup. Hup. Just throw some fucking garbage at him so he can get a taste of what his life's gonna be when we dumpster him. Right, I'll get the... Oh, well, Squatcher's the only one who couldn't give him the free money. Oh, and then he didn't do any fucking damage to him anyway. Because he's too strong. Thank you, Quatra. Got him. And then he just goes, "Hey!" His whole self was consumed by battle. This war is ridiculous. This is the lengths to which Blue Cosmos will go for their own selfish ends. Fucking Wu-Fei. War must exist at all costs or otherwise soldiers are fucked. War sucks! Fuck that guy. Whiffed it. Oh, nice map attack. Where'd you learn that? The low and green soul. Oh, it's we're running out of time! Everybody, hurry up and fucking kill him already, jeez. Our good buddy Ed the Ripper. Give me the money. Give me the XP. Oh, well, he's not doing that much damage yet. That is a bit cheeky. He's got all the support attacks that can attack from as far away. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's because he's beams, so he's not so hot. There we go. He's definitely fucking dead now. Yeah, if Muru shot them, you should go Lieutenant Badriel. Captain Ramius, you're aware that this is my mission? And Azrael's like, that's right, just follow your orders like a good soldier. But he's fucking dead now. Gonna die in the loneliness of space. Kira is Lieutenant Natal. Kira Yamato, you never change. And then Azrael says, now's not the time for sympathy, we need to get to plant, and they're in our way. There. And Moose says, sorry Exo, but I'm gonna have to stop that Dominion. Lieutenant Flaga, even if it's you, I cannot show any mercy. And Azrael's like, suspicious. Seems like there were some mixed feelings here. Meh. But yeah, don't worry, we'll just make a hole in fucking space. It's good. It's good. Can't wait for him to be in third OGs. They gotta be him. EN Gigachip. Azrael's like, what the fuck are you doing? She's like, everybody retreat, further combat is impossible, and Neo Warden will have to deal with Zaft. And Azrael's like, ugh, I'm sick of you questioning my orders. So he grabs a gun, and she's like, are you going to take over my ship with that little piece of contraband weaponry? And Azrael says, this is no takeover. It was your job to follow my orders from day one, and you're the one who resisted at every turn. Then he says, we can still turn this around when Corbett's ship arrives with the missiles. The Fermi missiles will bring them victory against both the Neo Wardens and the Coordinators. And Ty's like, stop! And he goes, shut up! Don't worry. Bang. Damn you, this is your fault for getting in my way. Now do it! My orders are to destroy the Neo Wardens and the Coordinators. You're the one who should be destroyed. A gunshot? Who the hell are you? Blue Cosmos Chairman, Muruta Azrael, scum like you deserve to know my name. I'm a mercenary. I received the jobs to remove a person who disturbs the peace of the world. A job? Who did that? You, personally, are not the target, nor do I bear any grudge towards you. However, if you stay alive, more tragic soldiers like Canard, Prayer, and the Socius will be born. And that is something I won't allow. What are you saying? When you see what's behind my sunglasses, you'll remember who I am. A control code in the retina? You're a combat Silence. A man like you isn't worth pulling the trigger on. Tell the entire crew this ship will be sunk very soon. If they don't want to die, they'd better evacuate. Yes. You bastards, are you thinking of running off on me? Fight! The Dominion can still fight! Can you stand? Yeah, it's just a flesh wound. Come with me then, we're leaving. Understood, you have my thanks for helping my crew escape. Wait! Fight! Are you not soldiers? Soldiers are people too. They're not weapons. Maruda Azrael, you'll share the same fate as the Dominion. Wait! Those monsters! Coordinators! You can do the rest by yourself. Damn it! Don't leave me! And he's fucking dead. Guy, what did you do in the Dominion? Just carrying out my mission. Lieutenant Commander Ramius, I'm... Natal, is that really you? You're here, Corbett. Fire the Fermion missiles on them. But that's... Just do it already. Are you thinking of questioning me? Roger that. The Federation's going to use the Fermion missiles. Muru, fire at the Dominion. Lieutenant Commander Ramius, do it. Understood. Damn it! Aim Lohengrin. Fire! The ship's controls! The Dominion's coming towards us! Avoid it! All personnel, brace for impact. Hurry! Not good! The Fermion missiles are gonna hit it! And then they all fucking die, because they're all garbage. Inside the Archangel, Natal asks her old captive she'd been wrong the whole time, and Muru considers and says, I'm not sure. But what she is sure of is that Natal is a fine soldier, and her next duty will be reporting all of this to the military, laying bare the selfish motives of Azrael and Corbett that allowed such an insane mission to be authorised in the first place. Without those two, Blue Cosmos should lose power and the army should recede back to UN control. Toot sweet. Now we've got to take out Genesis, and Ed is like, I'll take Natal from the battle zone to make that report. And Below is like, I'm going to trust you with that, but your testimony will also be invaluable in bringing the entire truth to light. And Mura sees Natal off, saying she hopes that she'll open the eyes of others to their own humanity, and Natal hopes that her testimony will help the Federation rebuild. But she does look forward to meeting us again in better circumstances. Kazuma asks, and was like, so Guy, what's the deal? And Guy's like, this is just the tip of the iceberg. My mission's not done yet, until the person pulling the strings, my main target, who's yet to be uncovered. And the way Guy sees it, our people are still the most expedient way to find whoever that is. Besides, he's not so single-minded and mercenary that he lacks a personal interest in seeing the fruits of our team's quest to restore peace. And Kaz was like, hell yeah! And when this is over, I might just teach you about being a trailer. Patrick Zala receives news that our actions have halted the Federation army, and he's like, should we stop charging the Genesis? And he goes, no! This is the chance I wanted to wipe out the Naturals in one go! Continue the firing sequence. Crusette will keep them from reaching us. And Crusette's main target is to be National Criminal Lakers Klein. And Patrick is then like, oh, the Naturals are coddling me like they did Siegel Klein. Me, one of the coordinators. Bleh. And then Crusette is like, the final battle is quickly approaching. And I'm more than eager to fight Neo Wardens to decide the fate of it all. This guy gets another one of them. Fine, he can call them more friends. Bang, 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 bada bang. Starting Will. I don't think anybody here wants starting Will up more than our good friend Michael. I see. You've made a strange thing. This makes sense because being a trailer is a good life. You're not broke and desperately going from job to job. Yeah, right? He's fine. Don't worry about it. I just gotta wait for this to unfuck itself. There we go. What? a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, and then what did we get part-wise? We got an EN Giga chip and a Neo Alloy Z, which is pretty good. But I mean, EN Giga chip, got it. Actually, I think his recharge is still better, right? Who runs out? This guy runs out all the fucking time, so he can have the Giga chip. And that means somebody else who runs out can have the other one. These guys run out, but they need to live, so they don't get shit. Bing, 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 bing. And he gets a Neo Alloy Z. So he's upgraded. He's pretty tough. Just tough fellas go. You can have the regular one. She doesn't have a barrier, so she can have one of them. Why not, right? And who's our most ammo-based boy? I don't think there are any really, other than this dude, and he sucks, so we're not using him. So it doesn't really matter. I don't think there's anybody who like desperately needs more bullets. Fuck it then, fuck it. Who cares? Yes. Yes. Yeah, so about that thing mentioned earlier, the blue but like this would be normally, if you didn't have them as a favorited series, would be as high as you could level up Kaiser's armor. But the blue bars let us go all the way to the max. But no matter how much the previous upgrades cost, the first blue bar always cost 20,000. So it's very expensive to up your little fellas. Well, he's maxed out, so we should be able to get his secret, which is his extra attack. No problem. And Kira and Dingus are the only two, and the battleships, but yeah, so they're the only force deploys. Anyway, let's stop the local